Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling Review Series for May 1st, 1993. Good news is I found some stuff from 90 and 91 eventually, and the beginning of 92. So we're going to be here with this series longer than I thought, which is a good thing. Undertaker sends a message to Giant Gonzalez basically saying he's going to be the one to put him in his place. Also basically says that Gonzalez has to meet him on his turf now. He's meeting Gonzalez on Gonzalez's turf, and he's going to turn it up. And so that's that. Then we go to an enhancement match, Head Shrinkers against Scott Bazo and Bob Young. Obviously, this is meant to get the Head Shrinkers over further. Head Shrinkers going towards King of the Ring and actually going towards a feud with the Smoking Guns that are coming. I think we've done one or two Guns promos. They continue here, and by the King of the Ring in about 6 weeks, the Guns are part of a Survivor Series 8-man tag team match, which is good for their career. Strikes by the Head Shrinkers early, and they go pretty aggressively towards their opponents. Heart attack style maneuver by the Head Shrinkers there. Head Shrinkers are a good team for about, maybe 2.25 years, something like that in the WWF from October, November 92 through sometime late in 94. So that's there. Head Shrinkers do end up hitting a top rope splash, getting the win. Steiner Brothers basically make a challenge for the Tag Team Championships against Money Incorporated. They have been deemed the number one contenders for those titles. They say that they've been taught how to fight and always make it to where they're always ready. Smoking Guns are here. They have a vignette. They kind of lace it up. They have guns, for lack of a better term. They do some shooting. Bart and Billy are your future. Of course, Billy Gunn still part of the wrestling business all these years later. They do some target practice off the top of a cactus. Then we go to an enhancement match with Virgil against the White Shadow. White Shadow, I think we've seen once or twice before. Not a regular enhancement talent, but a semi-regular. Virgil gets some ride time with the young man, and then a hammerlock. Drops the knee upon him and goes there. And then we kind of see Virgil eventually get the victory. Drives his man back to the corner. Hits some chops and, really basic stuff. Irish whip and a reversal. Virgil manages to hit a kick and a DDT. Sloppy DDT. Not on the level of Jake Roberts, not even in the same ballpark. And then Virgil gets his victory there. Soon thereafter, with a Russian leg sweep, floats over 1, 2, 3. The King of the Ring report, very basic here. Bret Hart promises to win because he's fighting his way back to the top. He is the number one seed in the King of the Ring. That's basically the only thing in this edition of the King of the Ring tournament report, because it's brand new. Doink and Mr. Perfect in a qualifying match up next. They did not announce this as a qualifier the week before, but suddenly it becomes one here. Perhaps they made a decision or had forgotten to mention it in the voiceover work from the previous week. Who knows? But Bourne and Hennig, an interesting combination. They don't really have what I would consider great work, but they kind of brawl around a little bit. This is more of a brawling style. Perfect doing a little more selling than average. Hits a drop kick and then starts to work over the leg of Doink the Clown. Spends the majority of the match working the leg and a chop to the outside. Hennig goes out, follows him out. Doink comes back in, still selling the leg. Manages to kind of go around a knee lift, and it appears as though this should be near an end, but Doink does a inset promo while in the ring, which is kind of ironic. Doink manages to get his man back in the ring. hits a bit of a pile driver and goes to the outside, tries to get a slam from the top and executes that, manages to, they fight, back and forth, brawling, and a back suplex, and doink out the back door with that. Officially, the match is declared a time limit draw here, so they will rematch later. An update where they kind of highlight Bam Bam Bigelow and his feud with Tatanka. Bigelow manages to have cut a bit of the hair of Tatanka in the brawl that's there, and so Tatanka is upset, obviously. Bigelow brags about scalping him, which obviously wouldn't play today, but played back then. Then we move to a singles match for Typhoon, who they really don't have a great place for him to go. Larry Ludden is his opponent of the day. And then, kind of a very basic match. Shoulder tackles and the like. Ludden bumping around for Typhoon. Typhoon, again, gone from the organization later this year. Comes back for a real short comeback of a couple of months in 94. But it just doesn't work out. Irish whip into the corner. Big splash in the corner. And big Typhoon manages to get a victory here. Lex Luger ends his match before it begins using that illegal shot with the, I guess you'd say the elbow, the loaded elbow. Event Center Giant Gonzalez and Jim Duggan. Duggan talks about wanting to defend his country, his honor, and his family. Gonzalez is promoted by Harvey Whippleman. Whippleman basically says they're ready to take on everyone from Owen Hart to Bret Hart to the Macho Man Randy Savage to The Undertaker. And Razor Ramon promos his match with Tito Santana as a qualifier next week. The Bad Guy versus the Matador. And Razor's ready to bring it. Santana says he's bringing every bit of knowledge he has left, and he is ready as well. And that will close us for this week.